Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
So I don't know if you was around for my Jerry segment, but basically what I talked about, and you'll hear it in the archives, but basically what I talked about was on the show that me and Deb watched for Respect Life, there became a scene where there was this young boy. This young boy, he was flashy. He wanted to get on in the drug game. So he goes to the corner store. He finds this dude, Jerry, and he goes to him, and Jerry is moving like heavyweight, you know what I'm saying? Basically cocaine, I think. And so he goes to Jerry, he's like, yo, I'm ready to get on, you know what I'm saying? Can you put me on or whatever? And Jerry looks at the young child. This dude, brother, can't be no more than 14, 15 years old. He goes, you got $14,000? He goes, yeah, I got it. He goes, okay, let's go. That was it. Like, no qualification, no nothing. And so in the group, word up, so in the group, you know what I'm saying, this sister had posted a post that really, really affected me. And what she basically said, she said, as a black woman with 3 black sons, she said, I feel a kind of way about how Jerry just didn't ask him anything and he's going to put him on. You know what I'm saying? That's a young child. She said, you know, I can't imagine somebody doing that with my 3 sons. And I basically, you know, said in the group, I said, you know, this is a beautiful post to me because it speaks to the elephant in the room. And what the elephant in the room is that we are, you know, they're trying to tell us that we have no reason to be complaining that black people is making all of this money and we got all these businesses. But the fact of the matter is if that was true, that young child would never have gone to Jerry for that money. And the fact of the matter is that we keep talking about this black empowerment, but black children are still going to drug dealers with $14,000 to get on so they can sell drugs and ruin their lives. So what my basic point is that unless we control the LIN, the Land Infrastructure Nationhood, that's going to happen again and again and again because even though we have money, we still don't control nothing. Your thoughts?
Right. Does anything else need to be said? I mean, that pretty much breaks it down. It's true. It's like you don't control the context. As long as you don't control the context, you are just basically like that mouse in the house that's getting that cheese. You know, you getting your cheese and you bring it through the hole and you bragging and boasting about you got more cheese than all the other rats.
Right.
But who owns the house?
Right.
You know? And that's the thing. I want to own the house. I want to control the context. People that are leaders or people that are visionaries and people that have a vision, they want to control everything. When we talk about Land Infrastructure Nation, and I'm talking about amongst the members of the BAIO, that's why we have STEM groups. That's why we have all these things. We're constantly updating each other on the science. What's going on in technology? What's going on in science? What's going on? We're constantly doing that. And I love it because no other group does that.
Nope.
There's no other group I can think of that's calling itself like a nationalist group or black that does that, that's current. We look at trends. We see how long did it take to build a nation 20 years ago? How long would it take now? You have smart cities popping up all over the globe, being built within 5 years. And then you got people sitting up here telling us, oh, it'll be 100 years before we get... No, it will only be 100 years because you don't want to do anything. People that want to do anything, if I say we're going to build a house, I have to have a time frame for that house to be built. And that time frame has to be based on benchmarks, real benchmarks. I'm not just going to back it up 50 years because I'm trying to accommodate my laziness.
Word up.
Or accommodate my inactivity. You know, when any person is telling you, if you're in this conscious movement, whatever, for lack of a better term, or conscious community, or nationalist, whatever people want to call it, and you're telling people, if you're in a position where you're supposed to be a teacher or someone that people should be listening to, and you're telling your followers that it's going to take 100 years for black folks to get their shit together, all of your followers need to walk out of your whatever you talking about and go and just live their lives and do their thing, because they're all going to be dead in 100 years. How do you tell people
so what
that?
are we here for?
Yeah. How do you tell people that? That's motivating? I'm not trying to be around here for no 100 years dealing with the crap that we just dealt with within the last few weeks.
Exactly.
And if anybody is kicking that, they need to get the fuck out the way. Excuse my language. They need to get the hell out of the way, man. Get out of here. And let the people that actually want, who can see us winning, play on the team. I don't want somebody playing on the team where you giving accolades to our opponent. That's what these dudes do. They get on these YouTube channels and on Facebook giving accolades to our enemy. And then they look at themselves as truth tellers, sages of wisdom. See, black folks don't want to deal with me because they don't want to deal with the truth. The truth is you a coon.
Exactly.
That's the truth. And it's going to come a time where that stuff is not going to be, they feel very comfortable doing that. And black folks is catching hell right now. And that's why you see a lot of these people talking this nation within the nation and we can do it right here. It's kind of silent right now because they're trying to figure out a way to explain to their people how they should keep them tied to America. We don't have to deal with that problem, Minister.
No doubt.
Haven't we been consistent from day one?
Yes.
So that's their problem.
All we said is like, no. No nation within a nation. You would be dealing with the same thing you're dealing with now, and then some. And then, look, my boy Roger, I love Roger. When he said that, and he showed that mushroom cloud, he said, all I think about when I think of these new African Republic dudes. And
yeah. Can you think of an easier place to launch a drone strike than right within America? You are literally putting yourself all together in one section of land in America, inside of America. What do you think is going to, and then you're going to get a military inside of America? People don't read history, man. That's not going to happen in America. America is about uniting the Union. They gave up slavery just so they can unite the Union.
Right.
They want to make sure that the Union is strong. So if they don't allow white people to break up the Union, what the hell makes you think that they're going to allow the people that they brought over here to build this country up to form some nation within a nation, and they're going to have what? They're going to control all the infrastructure in those states. They're going to have an army. They're going to have a navy, Marines, all of that inside of America while America is still doing their thing. They're still going to have their armed services. Come on, man. It's getting to the point where it's absolutely – I believe they're cowards.
I do too.
That's my only assessment. I believe they're cowards, and I believe that they are scared to death of controlling and owning a piece of land of themselves. And you know why? Maybe had they been in the BAIO, and maybe had they been in the BAIO STEM group and been around us, they wouldn't be so scared because they would be reading and be up to date with the latest technology. But these guys don't have no clue what nationhood is. None. The people that fight us about nationhood don't even know what a nationhood is. The nation is, Minister. They don't know. I listen to them. It's like you look at a person and you can see them, and they got that dull look in their eyes because they don't know what the hell they are talking about. Because only a person that don't know what they're talking about would think that you can have a base of operation in your enemy's land. You can't be no general in my army. Sorry.
You know what the drop the mic question is that you just said? How do you think they're going to let you build a nation and they didn't even let their own people do it?
Right. White people tried to succeed. They tried that whole secession bullshit. What happened?
Shoot. Hundreds of thousands of bodies. Hundreds of thousands of bodies.
I think the only thing they got is that flag left.
Yep.
That's why they holding on to it so tight. That's the only thing they got from that so-called secession. The Confederate flag.
You know what's funny about? What's funny about it is like if you read any of the military books, they praise what's his name, William Tecumseh Sherman, for like just burning down entire plantations and cities. You know what I'm saying? Like they just praise him for doing so because he burned down. Like he didn't want to fight nobody. All he wanted to do was march towards the sea and burn down plantations, and they praise him for that to this day. That people don't realize what they're saying is they're praising this man for burning up white people. And you think you're going to build a nation here when they still praising this man today?
Yep. That's what and that's why I don't believe that they believe it. I believe it's another Negro stalling tactic. That's all it is. Because that's all we're dealing with. We're dealing with Negro stalling tactics, drop the mic statements, all of this stuff to keep us from moving forward. Because they know that the only solution is nationhood. But see, that's what gets back to the topic of this conversation, which is confrontation.
Right. Right.
They're not prepared for the confrontation, so they just want the conflict.